Boom.
All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are live, episode one of
One
one.
of one.
That's right. Today's guest, I got my brother Mike Minor.
What's
Man,
up?
you've been following me for a while now on the channel, man. You know, I just wanted to show you gratitude. I'm humble, truly. Thank you. And for those that don't know you and that are watching, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, fellas, or people, or fellow technicians? My name's Mike. Live in St. Louis now. I'm out here residing in Southern California. Doing my appliance thing. Making appliances great again. Patent
That's right.
pending. Patent pending. Trademarked.
That's right. Jagger, make appliances great again.
Yeah.
Now, like 100 down votes because people that hate Trump, and then I'll get 100 up of people that love Trump. But we're not gonna talk no
Yeah,
politics,
it ain't about that. It's about appliances
ladies and
or whatever
gentlemen.
trade you do.
That's right. Listen, let's just get some house rules out the way. We just want to number one, thank you for being here with us. Um, the purpose of this show is to it's like a podcast where I'm your host and I just go around interviewing techs across the country, across international. I hope we get some international people out here from other countries, and we just bring in all trades together. I do appliance repair. My guest tonight, brother Mike, go ahead and tell them exactly what is it that you do, and tell them, a little bit about your areas of expertise.
What I do is appliance repair, full line technician, washers, dryers, stoves, refrigerators, dishwashers, cooktops, sealed systems, garbage disposals,
Under the counter,
microwaves. Yeah,
coolers,
cooktops, induction, gas, electric. You name it. Yeah, I'll mess with it.
well, this is our first episode of Shop Talk. For those of y'all that don't know the etiquette here, it's basically, a bunch of guys that were off the clock. So we just having a few brews. Uh, if you want to, smoke something, the clock talking appliances. And we know that you guys could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. So, brother Mike, let's get right into this.
Yes, sir.
Appliance repair. How long you been doing it?
14 years, 13, 14 years.
Damn. And you
Yeah.
would you consider yourself now like I don't want to use the word like master tech.
Master,
Like,
yeah.
do you
No,
feel
you know what? Yeah, I'll just explain it to you the best way I explain it to my customers. You got me, so you got the best. I feel that, I don't know everything. Every day is a learning experience, what I mean? But, what I mean, when it comes to my drive and my determination, you got the best. So yeah, as far as master, yeah, I feel like I'm a master, technician.
that's what's up, man. Now walk me through this. You got into appliance repair because of
I went to school for heating and cooling,
okay.
and I wanted to do that. I didn't really want to do that, but I was like, man, I need to do something because I'm doing the factory jobs and I'm tired of doing that.
How
So I
much you
went
was
to,
making doing the factory jobs?
man, you know what I mean? What, 13 at that time, $13, $14. You wait a whole year to get a 10-cent raise. Nah, man, it got stale real quick, you know.
Hey, bro, I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you,
Nah,
but
you good. You
let
good.
me before you proceed, let me let you know something. My channel, it's not just all text. It's a lot of people who are aspiring to
Mm-hmm.
become appliance repairmen or tradesmen in general, any
Mm-hmm.
trade. I just represent appliance repair. But
Work.
going back to your statement about that warehouse job, bro, it's many of people that are watching this right now in that predicament.
And
And
that's
they're
and
broke. And
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 that's
not
true.
even making 13. They probably making 10 or 11 and questioning like, is appliance repair worth it? But I'm gonna let you finish your speech. But I just wanted you to know that when you speak sometimes you gotta remember that there's people watching this that, man, what you about to say is gonna speak to them. So I just
Right.
want to urge you, love, peace, and harmony, that word your words carefully to so that we don't set them up for failure and promise them nothing fake, but we give them
Right,
realistic expectations.
right.
But go ahead,
which
forgive
is
me.
which is very true. You know what I mean? Because factory work does kind of teach you how to use a drill, the screw, and whatever you're doing. It's great. Don't get me wrong. Factory work is cool. You know, but it comes a certain plateau where you know what I mean. You just got to just do something else because this ain't happening. But what really just got me into it is just went to school for heating and cooling and was just learning about troubleshooting and whatnot, and the opportunity on one of these job websites for appliance repair came, and I applied for it. And make a long story short, got the job. And yeah, the growing pains was rough because you see these, especially these front load washing machines with all these bells and whistles and fancy sounds, and you get very intimidated. You don't know what the heck to do, you know. But give it time, give it time. Yeah, it's a great field, but yeah, I would encourage anybody to step on into it because one, it's not as hard as you think it is, and two, there's a lot of information available for you to help you do what you need to do. You know what I mean? It's not your average everyday work to where you 9 o'clock you take your break, 12 o'clock you take your lunch, 3 o'clock you take your break. It's not that type of job. You do it at your own convenience, but you know it's, to me, it's the best field I ever did. It's the best move I ever made. Best.
You
I
know,
would I wouldn't give it up for the world, bro. I tell you,
as
I
as
wouldn't.
I hear you, saying this, right? And I hear you saying 13 years, right? Correct? 13 years?
Yeah,
13 years ago, did they have like troubleshooting from the board, like error codes and all that?
man. 13 years ago when I first started, most of my stuff was more mechanical. So I had to know about clutches,
Like
transmissions,
direct
couplers.
drive, the
Yeah,
two system.
right. You know what I mean? Gears, rebuilding the transmissions. The old spanner nut and
Oh,
assembly. Used to
yeah.
go home with your nails dirty and greasy all the time. You know what I mean? It was very like damn near like auto mechanic. But I got in at the tail end of that phase and into the new phase of computers and electronics. So when I would call Tech Assist, you know, they were pretty much at a almost at a stop as me, to where they're just like, okay, we'll try this, we'll try that. You know what I mean? So it was at the beginning stages of the real troubleshooting, where you really got to use your voltmeter, your multimeter, and you got to figure this stuff out. And it was rough. It was rough, but now, where everything is electronic, people are just, if you're getting into this, that's what you're going to be learning. And it's going to be very easy. And the same thing applies for every single model of every single unit that they make. And it's not hard at all. Don't overthink it.
Brother Mike, I love you, man. And
Nah, bro. No, that's a different conversation. But nah, you the man, man.
no, 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 no. I love you, brother. But let me tell you something. I don't want to say that I disagree with you, but I think that you have become um you're at a stage in your life that you're so confident at what you do that you think it's easy. And I get reminded of this all the time when I'm training new guys and I'm talking. You know,
Mm-hmm.
one guy told me the other day, like, "Yo, bro, you saying amps? Like, I know what that
Right.
is." Because I'm telling them, "Oh, check the amps." He's like, "I didn't learn that." So
Mm-hmm.
like sometimes, like I feel like when you become really good at something, you tend to um downplay how serious it is. So
But
I don't want to
that is
disagree with
true.
you.
That is true.
I don't want to disagree with you, but I do want to say that I feel like appliance repair for me, bro, is easy now. But bro, was it hard, bro? Bro, it was a nightmare, bro. I
Mm-hmm.
remember many a nights, bro, pulling up to my driveway 8:45 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, "Yo, bro, is this for me?" Yo, bro,
No.
let me tell you a story real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Never forget it. Back in the days, they had a lead generating program called Appliance Appointment, right? Because you're a
Right.
tech, right? For those that don't know you, you're a tech.
I'm a tech.
Well, I'm, I own my own business, so I have to create workflow for the technicians and
Right.
myself if I'm a one man show.
True.
I just have to make the phone ring. So when you're in that role, marketing is key. So appliance appointment is what they were called back in the days. They would like send you a job and it was like it was like $17 and like you work it out with the customer as far as service fee and availability and all of that. So I remember the call. The call was a Bosch dishwasher recirculating pump.
Oh, dude.
Listen, listen to this now. Listen to this
I
now.
already, when you said Bosch, it was like enough said, but go
Listen
ahead.
to this now. Listen to this now. Now, my phone now, mind you, like I had quit everything I was doing and I dove into this like head over like
Right.
head first. I put
I,
myself on what I call death ground strategy, where I cut off all retreat. It's
right.
sink or swim, literally.
Yeah. I remember that first video, but go ahead.
And bro, I did that Bosch, bro. The lady calls me and she says, "How much?" And bro, I looked at it, and as she's calling me, I'll never forget. I'm on my phone and I'm on Repair Clinic, and I'm price matching my supply house. I'm looking up availability. FCC first call complete.
Right.
And bro, well, I don't remember what I charged, but like 400 or 500 bucks, because that was, Bosch is pretty expensive,
Yeah, it
and those
is.
are like 200-300 bucks. I didn't really make a lot of money on labor, but I'll say this, bro, I did the whole job, right? And there was one clip on that recirculating pump that came from like the sump to the motor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
And bro,
yeah.
this kind of clip was like a weirdo clip. And
Right.
bro, this is what I
I
never
know
seen
what you're
this
talking about.
clip before, right? So I'm struggling with it. I'm trying to pinch it off, and I think I get it on there nice and tight, and everything's good. And I put back the door cables. Man, this thing took me about 2.5 hours, bro, because I never did one on these Bosches. And bro, when the thing was all said and done, bro, and I put it all together, bro, I put it to run,
Mm,
trickle,
yeah.
trickle, trickle. Now, mind you, it was about 6:30 when I finished that. And now the customer, it's like a breath. You feel it on your back.
Yeah.
Oh, is
No.
everything okay? It always starts with that.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh man. And I'm like, oh, unfortunately. No, I'm humble though. I'm like, man,
No, no, be real.
there's a leak. I gotta pull it back. Oh, there's a leak on my foot. I've created
A
doubt
problem.
in the customer,
Mm,
and now I'm fighting with myself or
mm.
rookie mistakes that I have to make a YouTube on how to address that. But
Right,
all rookie mistakes, because I want to go back to the whole appliance repair is easy thing. I don't want no guy to come into this and think that it's easy.
right. No, that's word.
Bro, I pull it out. But I'm telling you that clip because I know the answer now. But I didn't know
Yeah.
the answer then. Because once you push it in, those Bosches have like base plates and it's kind of hard
Hmm.
to really see in there.
Yeah.
So like I didn't know where it was coming from. Bro, lo and behold, when I finally pulled it out and bro, it was coming from that clip. Bro, I got home like 11:49 that night, bro.
Ooh.
I didn't
Well,
even
you.
eat.
Well, the thing
That
about
day,
it is,
that day, I left my house and I did not eat from whenever I ate the night before to that night because I was running and gunning doing appliance
right?
repair. So I say all that to say this. Appliance repair is easy if you know what you're doing, but if you
That
don't know
is
what you're
true.
doing,
That is true.
man, I think we the unsung heroes, man. Cause bro, electronics,
Boom.
electricity,
Boom.
refrigeration,
Mm.
plumbing,
All
heating,
wrapped up in one. All wrapped up in
gas,
one.
like that's a lot of stuff to do, bro.
Well, I guess you are right about that.
So,
Let me
you
recant.
know,
Let me recant that.
I don't wanna steal your glory, and because
No,
this is
you're
your
right. You're
experience,
right. You're
but
right.
I just can't come to grips with somebody saying like it's easy, because it is easy to people like you and I. But I don't want the guy in the warehouse that's watching this and saying like, man, that's two techs, and they shooting the breeze, and they saying it's
Right.
easy. Let me jump in there, and then they run into
Right.
a nightmare job.
Well, all right. Well, yeah. You know what? You're right about that. So I'm gonna recant that. Because yeah, when I first got into it, yeah, it was the growing pains. It was, you know, plastic parts being broke. It
Oh
was
man,
it was misdiagnosis. Um, it was not rebuilding the transmission right. It was just like a dishwasher where you break that clip and now you're leaking. So now you got to order the whole casing, or if you one of those technicians try to rig it up with some caulk or whatever, which so you're gonna have in every walk of life, you're gonna have some growing pain, you know. But if you stick with it, the
that's the key.
rewards are gonna outweigh the drawbacks. And then when you get to your 5-10 year mark, and now you can know what the problem is by the customer's complaint, or by sight, or by sound, you know what I mean, or by feeling. Then that's when it's easy, you know what I mean. But no, I remember I had like basic GE, or basic, any just one particular one, basic GE dryer that wouldn't come on for nothing. And I checked the thermostats. Everything was checking good. Checked the door switch. It was checking good. Did the timer. Everything was checking good. Everything in this damn dryer was checking good. I replaced every single part, motor, wiring harness, all that would not work. Come to find out, the knob was cracked, and it wasn't turning
You know how many
that
of those I
timer.
get? You know how many of those I get? I'm sorry to cut you off. When people
No.
call me about GE drives, I always tell them, when you buy the drive, pull out the knob, because
Mm-hmm.
the little metal retainer part stays intact, but it's that plastic molding that cracks. So they're
It
turning it,
cracks.
and this is spinning freely. It's not turning the
Boom.
shaft to the timer.
It's not turning that shaft. You know what I mean? And I was a call where I was there 2-3 hours,
Yeah.
there 2 or 3 times, could not figure this thing out. But one thing about it that I can say, if you're determined and you want to do this and you want to learn, the first mistake you made, you'll learn from it and you'll know what's up next time. All my years of working here to the point I'm at now is years of mistakes that I know now what not to do or what to do to make this thing work. So it's going to be a degree, it's going to be a big learning curve, but stick with it, and you become good. And then the doors are going to open up to you, and you can do whatever you want to do from there. You know what I mean? So, yes, it's not easy, but it will get easy. Boom.
And let me ask you something. Has as a tech, has appliance repair, real, like keep it real with the people.
No,
I
for
don't want
sure.
yeah, I don't want no lies on this channel.
Boom.
Keep it real with the people. At a tech level, is there money in appliance repair?
Yeah, oh, for sure. Well, let me tell you this. I'll be real with you. Because I do training too. I
Talk
tell
about
guys,
it.
I tell guys when they first come in, you probably gonna be making less than what you're making now, and that's good because you don't know nothing. You know what I mean? No, anywhere you go is gonna hire you for the lowest amount. But if you stick with it, you get good. You know what I mean? Your numbers show when they do numbers, and it shows that you're getting better. The money will come. The money will come. I'm a full line technician. I'm good at what I do now, and now I can make upwards of about 1,000 a week on a major brand that I'm working for. About 1,000 a week in California standards.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. A lot of people don't realize this, man. Appliance repair technician, that job title, if you really like have all of those prerequisites. You know, when you see the advertisement on like Monster or
Mm-hmm.
whatever like job site, if you
Right.
really have all of those prerequisites, you as an employee to find that is is impossible, bro.
You
Bro, you
get
know how many times I had to take guys from ground zero that didn't even know what a receptacle was and train them?
right.
And you know
No.
why? Because then I would hire the guy that you would get referred to by a friend of a friend. Hey, he does appliances for
Right.
ABC Appliance. He's fed up and he's looking for a new place. And then you get this guy. And then you get this guy, right? And then this guy, no offense to nobody, but he doesn't
Nope.
know like nothing from nothing.
Nope.
And then you know you're in that song and dance. So to find a truly qualified guy that knows everything, bro, I got a guy that I'm paying $1,000 a
You know what
week.
I'm saying?
That match out to what, 25 an hour, right?
About 30. It
30
depends.
piece?
Take take it,
And
take it,
bro,
take it,
bro,
take it.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No,
Forgive me.
taking out for your benefits, your medical, your 401k, dental, vision, life insurance. All the little knickknacks that come along with working for a corporation. You know what I mean? Clearing $1,000 after taxes.
Yo, bro, let me tell you something, bro. Um, you know why I'm so adamant and so passionate about appliance repair?
What's that?
Like this really saved my life, bro. Because
That's
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. This literally is what you make of it. I
yeah.
couldn't say it no better than that. And let me explain what I mean by that. So if because when I'm in the parts supply store, I see Sears that come in there, right?
All day, all day.
I see them come in there. You know what they do? Either they fall in two categories. They do either
Mm,
laundry
mm.
and or wait, laundry and
No,
kitchen, or
they're
then
still.
cook. And they break them down
Yeah, they
basically.
just break them down into specialists, and I'm gonna top on. I'm gonna talk about that because I used to work for them too. But go ahead.
Oh, where was I going though? I forget now.
And then you said two guys when you go to a parts store. Two guys they
Oh,
break it down into.
oh yeah. So I speak to these guys, and I ask them like, well, where was I going before that?
You tell me. But if you
We
want
was
me to
talking
just go
about what
ahead
though? We was
and
talking about what though?
no, you was
Man, I
just
was
talking about
good. All right,
the
listen,
Sears
bro.
technicians. Yeah.
The Sears technicians. All right, so I see them come into the supply houses and stuff, man, and I ask them like, oh, what you do? What's this? What's that? And like a lot of those guys, man, like they tell me they gotta work like from like 8 in the morning to like 11 at
Yeah.
night,
Yeah.
like days.
Bruh.
Bro,
Um.
let me just finish this though.
No, go
Let me
ahead.
just finish this though. Bro, appliance repair. Oh, I know where I was going, bro, about how appliance repair saved my life. Bro, like I see these guys and like I see like let me back up, bro. You know how appliance repair saved my life, bro? It's that it's so much going through my head. You know how appliance repair saved my life? Because what appliance repair offered me was like an outlet that if like I could study something thoroughly, like 6 months to a year,
Mm-hmm.
and really, 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 really dedicate myself to my craft. Really, really,
Mm-hmm.
really, really give it all I got. And really, really, really lock in. Like, bro, that Eric Kleinhardt book, bro, that I keep that book, man, that dude should charge $1 million because, bro, I read that book, I would say 3 times, man, front to back. And bro, even with all that knowledge, all that confidence, bro, when you get on that first service call, you know what mine's was, bro?
What's
Mine's
that?
was a Whirlpool direct drive, brother.
Right.
The guy calls me in a panic. I was working a regular job. The guy calls me in a panic and says, I got a washer not draining. Bro, a Whirlpool direct drive.
Mm. Easy money. Well, now it
Bro, you
is.
know how long that took me to diagnose and figure out? 2.5 hours. You know how much I think I profited? Like $47 or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Bro, like that's what I'm saying. Like you could have all the book knowledge and it's good, but you
right.
need the hands on. But my point is that if you stay down for this and you give it respect and you study and you put time aside and bro, you can make as much as you want, bro. For
Man,
real.
the doors are going to be open, man. I train guys that's me and we're cool to this day. We're cool to this day. I train guys that came from factory and they will work with me, and I'll tell them, I'm like, guys, if you just
Bro, I'm
stick with this.
this is tobacco because I don't like cigarettes because of the chemicals. So I smoke natural tobacco.
Well, that's fine by me. But anyway, you know what I'm saying.
I don't want the
But
audience to think nothing crazy.
yeah,
Or
but
you either. Or you either.
oh no, you
I
do your
want to show
thing, man.
everybody
Man, you do
respect.
your thing. This is my time. This is your time. So I don't care what anybody got to say. But anyway, I train guys that came from factory works, and the first thing I would tell them is like, dude, if you stay with this, you will be okay. You will financially be okay. And there's guys I talk to this day that that trained them, and then they got good, and I'm like, dude, you just stick with this company for about 2 or 3 years, and then you're going to be good. And that's working for. And now they stuck with it. Some quit because it was just too much pressure, which is okay. But some guys, they're working for other major brands, high end brands, Thermador, Mealy, I think that's the name of it, Mealy, and they're doing good. And they always would come to me and be like, dude, man, like, you were right. Thanks for the motivation. And not only that, but I tell them, hey, if you're tired of where you're working, redo your resume. Put your information out there. Pete, they're going to be calling you. You know what I
Fact.
mean? They're going to
Big
be
fact.
calling you, and they're not going to be calling you on some when you put your time in. They're not going to be
Yes.
calling. They're not going to be calling you on no $10, $15 an hour. They're going to be calling you on some $20, $25 an hour, where you get a company van
Yes.
that you take home,
Yes.
where you get a company phone that you
Talk
take
about
home.
it. Yes.
You know what I
Talk
mean?
about it.
So
Yes.
so you
You
have to put
created
in
your
the
worth. You created your worth,
you.
basically.
No, I'm good, babe. Um, because nowadays the way I feel, if I was to go apply for somewhere else, I'm not going to demand less than $30 an hour because I know
And
what
you
I'm doing.
get it. That's right.
And
Talk
I'm
about
going and I'm going to get it. But
talk
it took
about it.
me it took me 14 years of cuts and
Yeah.
scrapes and
Late nights
misdiagnosis and late night.
and
Man, when
it's
I when I first when I first
busting
started,
knuckles.
yeah, when customers getting mad at you because you done screwed up.
Sure.
When I first started getting into appliance repair, I was still in school, so there was some times that I would work, and at the time I was working for Sears. I would do Sears and get off of school with just enough time to drive my van to the school, and then do my from 7 to 10. You know what I mean? And then I'll get off at 10, and then boom, I'll come home tired, getting ready to do it for the next day. It's going to be rough when you first start, but I guarantee you guys, I 100% guarantee you guys, if you stick with it and you get good and this just becomes just like a normal everyday process in your mind, doors will open up, money will come, stress will be lifted off you, and you'll find yourself wondering why you didn't do it sooner. Boom. That's all I can just say to you guys because I love it, man. I wouldn't do anything else. I wouldn't do anything else. I wouldn't even go into Texas. I'll never go back to an office or a place where I got to go to a particular building again because the money out here is in these streets. You know what I mean? The money's out here in these streets. You know, stick with it, fellas. Or if you're thinking about it, just go ahead and do it because it will open up. You know,
What you
it.
what you think is the biggest cancer in our industry? I know what the answer is.
People that don't know what they're doing. You know what I
Park
mean?
agent monkeys, PCMs, bro. I despise those bastards. But
It
listen, I want to put something out into the universe though, because I'm about love, peace, and harmony. And if this is a public statement. Like if you really think that you a part changing monkey, like there's hope, bro. I don't understand why people think like because they don't know, like they're stuck at that. Like, bro, you know how many times in my supply house they offer classes? Like Samsung is coming to Reliable for $80. They're teaching you washers and fridges. No, one for 80 for washers and 80 for the other one. Yo,
Right.
bro, that's your time. You can ask questions. They give you the little flash drive. Like, how would you not invest in yourself? Like,
I don't.
imagine this. Wait. If I'm gonna make
Yeah.
this make the most
Hmm.
sense right now.
Hmm.
Imagine like if I was going to war. I'm a warrior, right? That's my job, and like I want to master the sword, in and out, because my life depends on this. But
Word.
guess what? That's with one hand. I want to master the shield. Like I want to have like everything in control. You understand me?
Right.
So when I'm on the battlefield, I have the best chance of survival. Well, in appliance repair, if this is what I do to make me money, it behooves me to want to know like everything about my industry so that like I could become the most profitable. But you know what I see a lot, bro? I see a lot of people that don't know what they're doing. And they change their company's names, and today they're ABC Appliance, tomorrow they're Joe Blow Appliance. They one
Right.
star all over the board. They're falling apart. They're calling me on my phone every 5 minutes. Hey, bro, I'm on a job. How do I do this? How do I do that? And then they get mad when you don't answer because you busy.
Right.
But like, I can't hold your hand for everything. Like that's and then the thing that upsets me the most, then they run off with the customer's money.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Check this out. But then the customer calls you. And here you come with your bag, your professionalism. Ma'am, how may I help you? Whatever. And she's skeptical because of the last guy. And
Because of
you
the
gotta
last guy.
program her to like, no, there is a better way to do business. And
Right.
that's in my opinion, bro, that's the biggest cancer in appliance repair, bro.
You know, man, I could touch on that for like
I
all
hate
day.
those
That's like a
bastards.
whole that's
I
like a
hate
whole
those
separate
bastards.
video, you know what I mean? Because I can't stand that either. You know what I mean? And then here I come, I'm already having the eye being stared at me, and I'm like, bring it. I'm like, I'm fine with it, man, because I work better with an audience. Well, are you into sports? Are you into the stock market? Whatever the case may be. Yeah, you just gotta just reprogram them to let them know that, hey, not everybody's like that. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, there's people like that, and that's cool. You know what I mean? Because karma is real, and it all reaches everybody. But talking about Sears is a good place because they will hire anybody, and you can get a start there. Problem is when you get to a certain point, they only do specialties. Like you either do laundry, or you either do cooking, or you do refrigeration. And in my opinion, that's just limiting your skills. You know what I mean? They're keeping you ignorant so they can keep control of you. And it's up to you to figure out how to do this other stuff and how to figure out this other stuff. I would do Craigslist ads 40 at the time, $40 service fees, and people call me up on stoves and refrigerators, and they'll be like, hey, do you know how to fix this refrigerator? Oh, heck yeah, I know how to fix it. I can be over there about 5 o'clock. And I would say to myself, hey, if I can't fix this, then I'm just going to chalk it up to just a learning experience. You know what I mean? I'm not going to charge these people any money. You know what I mean? But you go over there, you talk to some other technicians, get an idea of what to go for, and you tend to figure this out. But no, you don't want to just go over there and just take these people money, man, because people work hard for their money. People work hard for them, and I'm with you, bro. I despise people like that. Like I want to go look for them myself and be like, dude, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, dude,
Nah,
you done screwed up.
I know them. I know them. And to their face, I tell them, and they laugh about it. They be like, "Ah, man, you crazy." Let me
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah,
say
man.
that. Don't
But I
say that.
know,
Say
but I
that.
know.
Say that, bro. Don't say that. This is love, peace, and harmony. But bro, listen. I know them. I see
Mhm.
them. I be like, okay, so hey, how you doing? How's business? Oh, it's good. I let me not say that accent. Work is good. I just did a fridge, 3-in-1, 425. And I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa, 425? And not even the original classy Whirlpool. You know, you could have at least took her out to dinner. You threw a three
Basic.
in one. You put her in the back of a Volkswagen and you hit her for 425, bro. And bro, with smiles on their face, bro. And then guess what? Recalls, they get ghost. Uh, and then you know what makes my job hard is that after they do all of that damage to the customer, they call me like, "Do you provide a free estimate?"
Oh
No,
man,
I can't.
yeah.
Oh, because the last guy took my money. Oh, how much did he take? 386.
300. Yeah.
Yeah, trust me. Follow
Yeah.
up with that.
I know I
But
get
bro,
that a
I
lot
hate those
too.
bastards, man. I hate those bastards, man. I
Man,
hate those
please, guys, if you listen to this, or if you even one of those, if you're one of those type of people,
could change.
then just please quit. Please
Yeah,
quit
you could
because,
change, man. There's a better
because,
way.
yeah,
There's a
because
better
it's dude, you gonna mess around and you gonna get caught up on some nonsense. You gonna mess around with the wrong one of these days. But anyway, you know what I
way.
mean.
Listen,
Um,
man, karma will come back, bro. That's a fact. And if it doesn't come back on them, it's on their kids or something,
or
bro. That's
yeah,
why
it's going.
when I discovered that, my whole mentality changed,
It
bro.
changed. It
And I
changed.
did that before appliance repair.
Right.
I discovered, bro, like you know, like it's just so much more easier, man, when you do things right, bro. You know, and like you charge appropriately, bro. Even Blue Book. I don't know if in Cali you guys, your company you work for uses Blue Book, but the
Nah,
main
they
company you work for, I know that they're even more expensive than Blue
man,
Book, bro. I
man,
look at
they,
Sears' prices when when I go do their recalls and stuff, and I look at their prices on the paper, 1192 replacement compressor condenser. I'm like, but man, for 1192, I would have went down to Best Buy, scratched it, then bought me a $600 beater and jumped up and said hallelujah. But instead, you spent what, 2 grand on no 1,500, and you spent 1,200 to fix it, and it's a recall.
yeah, dude. I mean, that's like an everyday thing. That's an everyday occurrence, and like I said, that's a whole nother video. That's a whole nother segment right there on that one
All right, all
because
right, all right. Okay,
that
with that,
that right
that
there
said,
hurts my soul. That hurts my soul when I hear that in them
yeah,
stories.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
we'll change topics. Uh, funniest, funniest or most memorable service call you ever had in all of your experience.
Dude, I remember when I first got into this, you know what I mean? This is going back to the growing pains because I'm going to be real with you guys. It's not easy when you first start. You don't know how to deal with the customers. The customers will know if you're giving them a line of BS, you know what I mean? So this is going back to my first days. I was on a dryer and I couldn't figure out what was going on. Ordered some parts per the tech, assist. Another guy puts them on, didn't work. He ordered some parts. I go back out there. So these people are dealing with about a month and a half of not having a basic dryer working. You know what I mean? So I put the parts on for him, didn't work. So, and at this time, I was in the basement. I was in the basement, and the laundry room was off off away. You know what I mean? No windows, no nothing. Didn't get it running. Called the customer downstairs. Hey, these parts that we installed, it ain't working. So he was mad. He cussing me out and stuff like that. And I'm trying to calm some matters down. And next thing you know, his son, I guess, hears the noise. He comes downstairs. So I got my back on against the wall, and I got these two guys cussing me out. You know what I mean? About I better get their stuff fixed. So I'm like, oh my God. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm going into fight or flight mode. You know what I mean? I would like to flight, but ain't nowhere to go. So, I just grab my uh flathead screwdriver and I just got it in my hand because I don't know what's gonna kick off. You know what I
Man,
mean? Yeah, right.
hey,
So I'm like, guys, I'm just throwing in the parts. I mean, I don't know what's going on here or whatnot, but they ain't not trying to hear it. They're not trying to hear it. They are on me. And these were some big guys. So I was like, all right. I don't have. All right, whatever. So that's when you got to think quick. You have to think quick. You know what I mean? So I just let these people know. I'm like, all right, well, you know what? Let me call this guy, see if he has his part. But I got my phone in my van. You know what I mean? So I get my tools together and I go out to the van, boom, and I burn out. I'm out. You know what I mean? Call my supervisor, let them know what's going on. You know, and that day right there really let me know that I need to go ahead and do some after hour research on what I'm doing, because some of these people, they don't play around. Not all the people, 98% of people are okay, but you get that 2% that ain't for it. Either they've been screwed over by somebody else or whatever the case may be. But you come over there to take care of it and you don't take care of it, they'll let you know. They will let you know. So yeah, do your homework, fellas. Do your homework. You know what I
All right,
mean?
let me ask you this. Another question. If I took an inventory of your van and of all of your possessions, and I say, what is your most important tool that you cannot live without? You would say what?
My drill. My drill. My I would say the company name, but
I
they
feel
got
like I
they got.
could live without my drill though, bro.
I would prefer to, but with that being said, I would say my like my quarter inch drive. Most everything is quarter inch. You know what I
Bro,
mean?
when that quarter inch is missing, bro. Ah.
Or how about this? I even take it a
But you
step
could
further.
use the drill though. You know the drill, the adapter that holds the quarter, you could use that.
Yeah, you can use that, but that's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna take it a step further. My quarter inch drive with a magnetic tip.
Oh yeah, man. I have one
Yeah,
of those too.
that's
I
what
have
I'm saying. Because if you don't have no magnetic tip, then it's gonna make for a long job and a lot of frustration, a lot of stress.
what
And you
kind of
don't,
drill?
you don't. What kind of drill I use?
Yeah.
DeWalt, nothing but the best.
You use a
Because
DeWalt?
because I'm a professional, and that's what professionals do. You know what I mean? You
I
got to
don't.
look the part.
I may be a do-it-yourselfer because I use Black and Decker, a 7 volt Black and Decker.
Well, you
But
know
bro,
what? Bless
that
your
thing has
heart.
lasted me. It's orange. That thing's
Yeah, I
lasted me
know.
like 3.5 years. So far, it hasn't broke. And the one before that lasted me another 3.5 years. And it was the same 7.2 volt DC. The
Well, I
man, that and I feel like that knock out everything.
and that is true. That is true. But you know what I mean. And the way I see it is, I had DeWalt drills, and they last me. I think I paid. I got this little mini one, very small, but it
Does yours have like a little battery on the bottom? And
yeah,
like,
yeah. You got to slide it on. You got to slide it. Not the one you just pop on, but you got to slide this on. But it lasts. But the battery lasts me about a week and a half, 2 weeks of just everyday usage, and I can get about a good 10 years out of it. You know, and I got it for about $100, and it's got a little power to it. But
$100.
yeah.
Oh, you a rich man, brother. I spent
Well, see, but
twenty
wait a minute.
nine ninety nine for my Black and Decker, and it
But
is
that's
still pushing.
but that's the great thing about working for a company, because if you buy two, they'll reimburse you.
Okay,
You buy
bro.
tools, you
You know what? Since we on the topic of tools, and let's take a moment here and let the audience um write their comments on what we're saying, like
right.
this. I want hey Mike, this is not my channel, this is not your channel, this is all appliance repair technicians channel. Let's become more interactive, so write stuff in the comments and stuff. But anyway, in regards to tools, I give you my philosophy. I try in the beginning, I was like, the best and this and that. But you know what? I lose tools a lot, man. I
Hmm.
always lose tools, bro. So you know what? I started rocking with the Husky brand a lot.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know why? Because it was an in and out thing. I would lose a tool, run to Home Depot,
It's
Husky. And
okay.
you know what?
It's okay.
For a minute, right? I started just sticking with them. I started sticking with Husky. Now, when I bought my sealed system stuff, it was all used. Cause
Yeah.
that. That's an
Yeah.
expensive. You can't
No,
just jump
that's what you
into
do.
that endeavor,
That's what you do.
you know, and think that you're gonna spend $100. No, that's you're looking at probably about $1,000 or so in Seal System. And bro, so everything I bought was like used. But bro, I remember one day that my soldering iron, the tips,
Yeah.
they were like popping and busting and they were just falling apart. And bro, I went and I said, let me buy one, and it was the whole kit. Bro,
Yeah.
$200 and something uni welds. I looked at the gun, I felt like how you felt. Like I almost wanted to get aggressive. But I was like, 200 and what for this? But he was like, yeah, man, that's the price. And I said, all right, whatever. But bro, when I bought them and I hooked everything up, and man, it
Just
was like when I started soldering, I felt like I was Picasso. I was
that's
like,
what
man,
I'm saying.
nice. Every
I
my joints were looking nice and clean.
the
Everything was
job is quick. The job goes
bro,
quick.
bro, I could do those LG linear compressors in about an hour and 15 minutes, bro. And you
I
know
got
what the culprit is? Nice tools. So I say this. In certain aspects, like my voltmeter, I'm gonna pay good dollar. My
right.
seal systems, I'm gonna pay good dollar. My vacuum pump, I'm gonna pay good dollar. My scale, I'm gonna pay good dollar. But what's the hand tool itself?
Oh,
Like
that's
the
Harbor
ratchet.
Freight. Harbor Freight.
No, I don't know about Harbor Freight,
Well,
bro.
if you're getting into this, if you're looking for just a screwdriver and stuff like that, but
I
I'm
don't know.
like you. I do a Husky brand. I'm with Husky.
Yeah, or Lowe's too. What's Lowe's brand? I forget.
Um,
It's like
Milwaukee, is it like Milwaukee or something?
yeah,
I'm not sure.
radio
Something
industrial.
like
Well,
that.
reach
Some
out to us and send us some of your tools, and we'll be
yeah.
more than glad to do a review. All right.
But the good thing about like my seal system is through the company they get the top of the line. So that compressor that you do for in an hour and 45 minutes or hour and a half, with the tools that my company provides me, which is the best on the seal system, I can do it in about 45 minutes. You know,
Whoa, a whole thing
a compressor, no, just a compressor, not the whole seal system, just a compressor.
just remove
Compressor.
the compressor.
Take the compressor and do the filter dryer, and I work off of a turbo torch. You know, I don't do gas acetylene. I do turbo torch, and I can do it in about
Said
45 minutes. Yeah, but it's all about the tools. I had guys when they first started, they would get the whole package set of like voltmeter, the quick electricity charger, you know, the socket tester, and it'll come in this great package deal for like $20. And I'm like, bro, you're gonna have to invest in your tools because you get what you pay for. Tools are the most important part,
that's a
especially
fact.
when you're
You
doing
gotta
vote
respect your craft. You gotta respect
with
your craft.
with
Invest in some good tools.
with me, drill is important. Voltmeters, I mean, multimeter is important.
Oh yeah.
Everything, everything else, you can go at a putty knife or a
Oh yeah.
screwdriver. Yeah, you can go ahead and get the little off-brand ones and still be good. You know, or if you lose it, it's not that big on your pocket. You know, you're not really tripping off of it. But as far as those two items, a multimeter, drill, pay a little money on.
All right, listen. I want to take a pause, right? But a live pause. I want to come back and I want to ask your opinions on lock ring, R600,
Oh,
and listen, and we'll go out with formality, like if people want to reach out to you. But since I first started this channel, I've always been a stand-up guy. People tell me in the comments, invest in a better camera, do this, do that.
nah, man,
But
that's not our
you know
trade.
what? But you know what, bro? I don't have the time. But I am gonna fix this one day, Mike. This is,
Nah,
and I'm gonna employ somebody, and I'm gonna have like the baddest YouTube thing possible. But since I don't have that, I have to tell you, just give me 1 second. I need to refill, you know.
no, let's take a quick take a quick five, go to the
But the
bathroom,
thing is
and I
that we live though, so like the people could, like the audience could see us. So we got to do it quick because we don't want to waste
was
their
it
time.
quick intermission, fellas. Everybody who's on the
That's
channel,
right.
go take five. You know,
That's right. Talk
not even
about it.
five. You know,
Or do
just yeah,
look, Mike.
just
Mike, I only need 30 seconds. You do what you got to do. I'll
give me
entertain
about
the
a
audience.
minute and a half, about a
I'll
minute,
entertain the
1 minute.
audience. I'll entertain the audience. Ready, go.
Boom.
All right, guys. Thank you for the intermission break. I hope you enjoyed that. You know, I need another guest to come here and have a conversation like this. Uh, put me on the email down below. Again, guys, this is for appliance repair techs. This isn't for like, the customer and all that. If you're a technician, if you're a customer, this ain't for you. This is shop talk. We're techs just have conversations in the shop, and that's what we're doing. We're off the clock just having conversations. And grab a drink if you do. And if you don't, I don't mean to offend your belief system. Over here we do. So hey, have some juice or whatever you do. Just enjoy it. Thanks for sticking with us, Mike. We're back.
What up?
Look how we phased into that one. I think we're doing good.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't wait to. I hope I can have an episode 2. We'll see if we get any volunteers.
I had to feed this beer real quick.
Oh man. All right. So tell me, Mike, this lock ring thing. I'm hearing a lot about it. It's what, $1,200, right, for the whole kit? Is it
Is it?
worth it? What do you think? Yeah, it's about 13, 12, 11.
Well, I can get you that for a 5-finger discount right now. But anyway,
Hey, hey, hey,
all right.
hey, hey, you trying to demote my brand? I'm already pushing the envelope with my
Bruh.
setup, but come
All
on,
right.
man.
I had training in lock ring. Okay, lock ring is associated with R600, but they're trying to make that the new norm.
I
All
seen
right.
that.
All right. What's good about lock ring is, yeah, you don't need the gas. You don't need to have the oxygen, acetylene, all in your
Just
truck.
cut it right there.
Yeah, but you can't do that with 600.
No.
600 is extremely flammable. And we do this with the company that I work for, and I'm totally against it. I even let my bosses know. I'm like,
Wait,
guys,
wait,
this
wait,
right
wait,
here.
wait, wait, because I don't know the liability on YouTube. We are not professionals, and we do not we suggest you consult with the manufacturer, read the instructions, consult with, whatever mumbo jumbo, we're gonna put that out there. But go ahead, brother.
All right, all 600. I'm gonna give you a lowdown on our lock ring because we had training on this. Lock ring is great. It's just pretty much a coupler that you just stick the uh, the copper lines into, and then you got this tool that kind of clamps down on it and go ahead and seals it on up, just like if you had a coupler for a water line. All right.
Okay. I seen the videos on YouTube.
Yeah, and
They use it on like airplanes and stuff like that, right?
it's a great concept, but the drawback is this tool is kind of big and bulky. So when you're
I
doing a
did
side,
see that. It's
when
like
you like a
yeah, like the
yeah,
jaws
like
of
a
life.
yeah, which is and they kind of scale down a model, you know what I mean? But still, it's real tight when you're working on a side by side unit and you have to change an evaporator out. It's real hard to do it, because you have very little room and you gotta
Yeah, and
you gotta
especially
do
like if you're a larger fella, y'all
yeah.
gotta.
Or if you're doing a fancy $10,000 built-in unit, now instead of just doing it with it inside the cabinet, now you have to pull it out, take the top off, so you can get a good angle to do your little clamps. You
Yeah,
gotta put your clamp on there, and that do one of those numbers. You know what I mean? So it's the concept behind it sounds good. Concept behind it sounds good, but the actual functioning and doing it to me sucks. Now, The original idea of this new lock ring is because now new refrigerators are coming with R600 Freon. R600 Freon is extremely flammable. So now on some of these new refrigerators, people have a mini bomb in their house. My opinion. It's not to say that it's true,
And
but
that's true. I never thought about that. Let's say they get an oven right next to the fridge, which you see all the time, and it's a seal system leak. What happens then?
boom, that's what happens. Now,
And
now I'm gonna tell you
hey,
now.
TMM shop talk where we address the real issues. You know?
Now, now when you're doing a 600 unit, you're
Yeah.
gonna have just the amount of butane that's up in here is about the same amount you're gonna put into the unit, into the system.
Okay.
You
Okay.
don't need a big old tank. They're gonna give you a little small can that you puncture and it just go ahead and sucks it in. But the reason why you do lock ring because you can't do a sealed because you can't use an open flame when you're doing a sealed system because it's gonna catch on fire.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? So that's the whole thing behind the
I'm
lock ring.
definitely not throwing away my oxyacetylene kit though.
And
Hell no. You know how
and
many refrigerators are still out there that's gonna be there for years
one
before
thing
that
I would
phases out?
one thing I'm gonna tell you this is it's not gonna phase out. I don't R134 won't phase out. Reason being is, and this is my personal opinion, because once you have one or two or three issues pertaining to this Freon, blowing up on these people's homes, and it caught their homes on fire, then they're going to start ruling that they're going to start like, oh, we're not going to just put it in everything. It's only, matter of fact, I only seen it in those small refrigerators, the ones you keep in your garage or something like that. You know what I mean? But I'm totally against it. Me, I don't want to work on it. I let my supervisor know, hey, I'm not doing no seal system on this guy because no, it ain't happening with me. It's just too much of a risk factor, But no, that's what's up with the lock ring.
Mike, we at 57:33, man. I could go on, I feel like the vibes is good, but I understand too that your time is limited. Brother, it's up to you now, brother.
Well, you know what? I got about 28% on my battery. I'll holler at you when I get to 10%. Put it like that. How about that?
All
But
right,
I'm
bro.
I'm
Then
chilling.
before we get to that though, you say you're in what part of Cali?
Los Angeles.
Okay, that's fine. Do you wanna like put your email or promote
Oh,
something, or if
no,
anybody
for
has
sure.
any questions, or if anybody wants to ask you anything personally, are
Yeah,
you
no,
okay with promoting anything or putting
no,
any information out?
for sure. If anybody's got the idea they want to get into this business and they just got their own personal questions, you
Now I gotta
know,
write your information down so I can put you
yeah,
in the
yeah.
bottom.
And you got your own questions and you just want to, but you just need that push or whatnot. You know what I mean? You can hit me up on my email at Mike Miner. Let me make sure. Mike Miner 1977 at
Hold
yahoo.com.
on, brother. Hold on, brother. Hold on.
My bad.
Mike. Minor.
MikeMinor 1977 at yahoo.com. And then I'll email you my phone number and we'll chat it on up.
All right, cool. All right, well, there you have it. So if any of you guys want to reach the brother Mike, man, there you have it.
I'm here for days. I'll get back to you when I get back to you. But far as this job, like I said, I train many guys, and I just give them to them straight about what this business is and what you can expect from it. But it's gonna take some work on your end to reach your full potential. You know what I mean? It's gonna take a lot of work on your end. It's gonna take some sleepless nights. It's gonna take some blood, some sweat, some tears, and even maybe some gray hairs. But it will pay off.
Brother Mike, I get asked a lot on emails, right? And for those who do email me, I do read them. It's so many I can't. It's impossible. But I I get asked questions like I'm an older fellow, or I'm seasoned in age, and like am I too old to get into appliance repair? I hear that question a lot. Well, let be realistic, but also like don't give a man a false dream. But be
Nah,
realistic. What do you think is a let's start at an entry point. You know, the point of, okay, I have an interest in joining appliance repair. Let me look into it. Let me apply. Let me start learning. At what age is the like final step before you're like anything past that, give it up? What
I
is
would say, I would say to be honest, my honest opinion, 70 years old, give it up. But if you're
damn
in your
giving the
if you
guy to 70?
if you're in your 60s and you're willing to learn, and you know how, let's just say you're in your, let's just say you got somebody watching us in their 60s, and you're willing to learn, and you know how to operate this new technology, and you got an idea of like this new technology, then you're workable. You know what I mean? But if you're 60 and you're set in your ways and you still got a landline, you know what I mean? No, no, it's not
Bro,
happening.
and for the older gentleman who, and I don't want to say older like disrespectful,
Yeah,
because
no, I
I
mean no
respect
disrespect
I
nobody.
got a father, I'm a father, but like to the more seasoned fellas who watch our channel, I don't understand like why they don't embrace technology more, bro.
Well,
Bro, it's like you see him in the supply house, right? Still with the clip, still with the la la la, and you like, brother, like, I'll show you how to do this. And it's like, if they would take that leap of faith, like, work would be so much more easier. But
no,
I feel
no.
like that's a lot of things though, because even like in Samsungs and LGs, like a lot of people don't like working on that. But bro, like
Oh,
if you took the time to like learn that, man, that's a cash cow because no one likes to work on it,
no
and
one
and
likes to
it's
work on it.
profitable work. It's steady, profitable work.
I remember when I worked for Sears and they started going from mechanical to electronic. A lot of guys that was 59, 60 at their retiring age retired because they just couldn't understand it. They couldn't understand the board. And I'm like, guys, it's just like a timer. And it's very simple. You just got to break things down into simpler terms, and not, like I say, overthink it and make it bigger than what it is. You know what I mean? Chill
bro
out, go to the van, smoke a cigarette, come back and knock it off.
bro, I feel like honestly it's easier our generation than theirs, and I'll explain why. Because bro, I get to a Samsung or a LG or a Whirlpool or something, bro, the first thing I'm doing while the lady
Diagnose.
talking to me and this and that, uploading the thing, diagnostic mode, turn knob 3 times, error code F26. What's that? Inlet valve. Like I did so little, and I'm already at like half of the problem. And even if that's not the problem, at least I'm in the right track. Okay, inlet valve, water not coming in. Okay, maybe wire harness, clog screen.
Yeah.
Not getting 120 from
Bored.
the board
Bored.
at the inlet, whatever. But like, I'm not doing stupid, goofy stuff like checking like
Right.
door switch and checking
Right.
like
Pump. Drain
what I
pump.
am doing is like narrowing it down to a more concise like method. But the older way, like you were saying, like those um
Timers.
or like those bear what do they call it?
Clutches. Clutches.
Yeah.
Basket drives. Yeah.
Bro, you remember that Whirlpool? What was it? The
Cabrio.
Calypso. The
Oh,
Calypso.
the
You remember it had
Calypso.
like two weirdos?
Oh
Bro, I
my
look at stuff
God.
like this now. I walk right out
Oh
of the.
my God.
I see the store. Let me.
Oh my
Huh.
God.
I go through an LG drain pump, nice and clean work. Not gonna say no prices, but
Right.
in and out,
Nowadays,
in and out.
nowadays, nowadays, the appliance tells you what the problem is, or it won't even tell you what the problem is. It'll tell you where to go to or get an idea of the general area where the problem lies. You know what I mean? And that's where you, the technician, determines if it's a clogged screen or if it's a stuck solenoid on the valve or if you have a wiring harness issue or hell, even if you have a voltage issue and your board is not going. It tells you this stuff. That's what I'm saying. Nowadays, it makes it easy. is easier than the old timer ones. You know what I mean? So
Oh, night
you know,
vision.
you
Forget about
you right. So nowadays it's just all about the technology to pull up what you need to pull up to figure out what you need to figure out. You know what I mean? So if you're savvy, or you don't even have to be savvy, if you just have an idea of the internet, you know what I mean, it'll give you what you need to fix what you need to fix. So that's why I'm saying that's why I say at 70 you need to go ahead and you go, because it takes some heavy lifting. But at 60, you can still do this, But you have to have this new millennium mindset, you know what I mean,
not even
and you can
millennial,
do it,
just because just the openness to like want to embrace technology. You
right?
got it,
It's your friend. You either gonna roll with it or you're gonna get rolled over.
bro. You
One of
know
those
how
two things is
many
gonna happen.
posts I've been on that I couldn't find the schematics, and I go on online and I could find them, and right
Hmm.
then and there, nice. I think my tablet is like 12 or 13 inches, like the display, but nice and drawn out, and out of pin, out of connector 3A, pin 1 and 2, I should get one. Like nice, clean work.
Right.
It's like I don't know how to put it. Like it's like I don't know. But anyway,
No, no, no. It's very cut and dry nowadays. Nowadays, Nowadays, if you're sweating, you're working too hard. Nowadays, if you're getting dirty, you're working too hard. You know, now everything comes as assembly. Everything comes as a board. Now it's out with the old, in with the new. It's don't. The best thing I could just tell folks is don't overthink it and don't get intimidated. It's all the same. It's all the same. The Maytags are the same as the Whirlpools. The Whirlpools are the same as the GEs. The GEs are the same as the Samsung. They're all the same. Samsung might just call that sensor on the stator a Hall sensor, and Whirlpool might call it a RPS sensor, but it's the same joker. You know what I mean? So, guys, fellas, this is the line of work to get in. You know what I mean? But don't overthink it, and don't get discouraged, because you will have problems where you done screwed up, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You know what I mean? You
right.
can't get it. You can't get out of this. What's that cliche? You can't get out of this world untouched. You're gonna have to get cut up. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to get your butt whooped, but it's gonna pay off. You know what I'm
All right, let
saying?
me ask you this. The thing that you hate most about appliance repair, like career wise. Like what about your career that you say like, oh God.
Mm, dirty homes. That's what
Okay,
I.
talk about it.
That's when you're dealing with it, let's just say a stove that's just got off a grease field. You're just like, you really want me to fix this? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like this,
Oh
or you're
man.
dealing with a dishwasher that's just
Oh
like like
man.
like they're using the dishwasher as a garbage can, a trash can, or the refrigerator is just chock full of just crap and roaches. um, you
Oh man.
know, you're
I
dealing with.
seen a decapitated mouse in the condenser fan once, in one
Hmm.
of my ex girlfriend's dad's house,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
and the
It's,
bowl was not cooling.
yeah, they're not
Wonder
cooling.
why?
It's that's
You
the only
got a
thing.
mouse that have his head cut off.
Right. When I go into a home and I see the home dirty, before I even get to the appliance, I pretty much know that it's a kind of a customer abuse situation. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And,
yeah.
and that's the best way I can put it.
How do you
At,
politely tell the customer that?
it varies. I got to feel the
Talk about
energy
it.
in the
I'm gonna
home.
put you in the
Yeah,
hot seat, brother. You on shop talk. This is what we
yeah.
here. Talk about it.
I try to feel the energy in the home and try to think of my wording, because different I have different phrases for different customers. But it really all depends. Like, if I'm dealing with a, let's just say, a nice little senior citizen lady, and she's living in a roach filled apartment, And then Rich has not really has nothing that she's doing. Her home is clean, but the apartment is roach filled. And let's just say her refrigerator isn't heating because roaches then crawled up into that relay and shorted it out. You know what I mean? So here I am pulling it out, and as soon as I take that plate off the back, I see all them roaches scattered. I'm just like, when with me personally, when it comes to senior citizens, it don't matter. I do whatever I can do to take care of them. I love my senior citizens. I do
As
whatever I can. I do
as you
whatever
should.
I can to make it
The
happen.
roles did that.
But if I'm dealing with some 20-year-old filthy cat, you know what I mean? Hey, bro, I'll order this part for you. You know what I mean? Even though I got it on my truck, I'm gonna order this part for you. I'm gonna give you time to go ahead and get your stuff because can't work like this, bro. I can't work like this. You know what I mean? Every time I feel itchy, I'm thinking that's a bug crawling on me. I can't really work like this, bro. So I'm gonna give you the opportunity because if you really want to get into it, per the warranty that this right here did not fail because of product failure or whatever you want to call it, whatever that technical term is. It failed because you're just nasty. So I'm gonna give you this opportunity to get this house cleaned up, and I'll be back in about a week. But if it ain't working, if it ain't clean, bro, I ain't gonna be able to fix it. I'm not gonna be able to fix it. But I got you.
Especially if it has roaches.
Yeah, but
You know what my policy is? If it's roach infested, and I'm sorry to cut you
no,
off.
you good.
If it's roach infested, you know what I tell the customer? I need to see a bill from an exterminator, but not
Yeah,
like Joe Blow exterminator from down the street. A reputable.
Terminex.
Yeah, we need to get
No,
sponsored by Terminex if you're listening to this. Yo, we
ah,
need
right.
everyone keeps talking about our video quality. You know that stuff costs money. I'm trying to
Hey,
save
you ease up off us, man. You know what? Matter of fact, just press
my
mute and listen to our words because we're dropping $1 million worth of knowledge to you. You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Exactly. If you want beauty, go to Repair Clinic and listen to
Samurai, replace samurai. So, like, you know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
Samurai's my guy though, man. I can't stay. That's my guy, man. I hope he gets on here too. Yo, you know he was influential though for me though,
No,
for
that's
real.
good.
I
I
call
didn't
him
know about.
Spade.
Yeah, I didn't know about that until I heard your video. Then I was like, "What is this dude talking about?"
Yeah,
And then I
man. And
got on it, and
yeah, man. Hell yeah, bro.
I
Hell yeah.
subscribed on his channel because you get real
Yeah.
in debt. I mean, I'd be like, "Damn, I didn't even know it was like that."
My argument is with the fake repair clinic and appliance parts pros that do a bearing in like 15 minutes,
And ain't no
and it
way.
takes real life like 2 hours and a half.
And that's what I'm saying. There's a big difference between doing it in a spot where you got plenty of room at compared to
Yeah.
doing it into a small laundry center. You know what I mean? And you have to move the dryer out in order to get access, or you just climb over the washing machine and you're pretty much making your knees touch your elbows. You know what I mean? Just so you don't have to do any more work. A lot of that stuff doesn't have really any like real working scenarios. You know what I mean? It probably could be if you have everything already taken apart, and only thing you gotta do is swap it out. But nah, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. You know what I
Let,
mean?
let, let me tell you what I hate most about appliance repair, bro. Traffic, bro. I think that's the biggest sin against humanity in our
Well,
lifetime. Let me
bro, I'm
explain
in
what
California, bro.
I worked out there too, though. I
Yeah.
know what life is about. But anyway, listen to this, bro. The worst is when you put in your last call, that 445 one.
Ah, yeah.
Way, and that thing says 49 minutes, and it's really like a 13-mile drive. And I say to myself, like, I'm gonna lose time out of my life that I'm never gonna get back. Like when the doctor says you got 6 months, man, you know how many 6 months I've chewed up in chown. I don't even know if that's a word, but I've eaten
Yeah.
up in traffic, bro. Bro, I hate traffic, bro. That's the worst for me. And then the worst is when you get that customer, when you tell them on your GPS, like, oh, look, my GPS says like 3 minutes. But then, like, you bump
Okay.
into traffic and it turns into 33 and 39. And then they start texting you, almost here, how
Yeah.
far? And it's like what turned into 30 ended up being 47. But for
Or
some odd reason, that 17-minute gap the customer like broke down mentally and like just started sending me all these like harassments. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Does that happen
Yeah.
to you? Or is it just me?
Oh, no, that's real talk because sometimes here in California it might take me 2 hours to go 5 miles. You know what I mean? But that's where what I mean.
Two
That's
hours
just a
to go 5 miles?
man. Sometimes
At
it be
that
that
point,
way.
at that point, ma'am, I'll walk to your service fee. What am I gonna do for 2 hours for what?
What can you do? You're stuck in traffic. You didn't see this
Come
stuff.
on, that's
You know what I mean?
horrible, man. That's
You didn't see
horrible.
that stuff. But that's one thing I can say that California. I started doing this in St. Louis, but when I got to California, it really trained me on how to be efficient with my diagnosing. You know what I mean? Because I don't have no time to waste.
Yeah,
Because
I
I
agree,
know,
bro.
yeah.
I
Because if I can't figure out my calls, at least about, let's see, if I got 10 calls and I need to figure them out. And I'm saying to myself at the beginning of the day, I need to figure these out before 3 o'clock because at 3 o'clock, I need to get on that I-5 to go north. And if I don't make it on that highway at 3 o'clock, I'm not going to get back to the shop till about like 7, 8 o'clock at night. So I
jump
had to
in
be
your phone.
efficient. I had to be thorough. I had to be on it. I have no other for my life's sake. I have no other choice but to be thorough with this. And and then that's when I learned to, because some customers they like to talk to you after you done finished your stuff.
Yeah,
No, I tell customers to come with me. We chat it up while I'm fixing this, while I'm figuring out this problem, and then I just really just take ownership of the call, and I'm be like, you know what I mean? I'll chat it up. We talk sports, we'll talk stock market, we'll talk current news, whatever they want to talk about, don't matter. Whatever I got to do to get these people comfortable with me, we're gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? While I'm doing my work. But once I figure out what's going on, and I either have to order a part or I have to fix it, then I cut the conversation short. All right, ma'am, sir, you know what I mean? I see what you got going on. Your drain pump ain't really working that well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and order you this drain pump, and just to be on the safe side, I'm going to get this board as well. I'm going to order this part. Once it gets to the shop, our people going to give you a call, you know what I mean? And then we'll come back here and I'll holler back at you. All right. Well, hey, it's been a pleasure meeting you, sir. Been a pleasure meeting you, man. We'll see you in a minute. And then boom, I'm on. And then I'm hitting the gas to the next call. But that helped me make it. That gave me that pressure I needed to make me efficient and thorough and no nonsense and and with dealing with the customer. You know what I mean? You have to take ownership of the call and direct the call where you needed to go. And pretty much stuff like that. So everything is in place for your good if you allow it to be in place for your good. You know what I mean? Or you can
How,
just take the ladder and just let it stress you out.
how do you feel about customers that like stand over your shoulder while you're working? How do you feel about that?
Oh, well, me personally, I welcome it because I'm a people person. You know what I mean? I like to just joke and crack jokes and just talk crap with customers while I'm doing it. But I also want them to do it so they can see what I'm doing. And I like to show them. I'm like, hey, hey, ma'am, or hey, sir, you know what I mean? The reason why your refrigerator is getting so cold is because your damper's staying open. You know what I mean? Here, let me take this off and I'm going to show you. And I'm gonna take it off, and then while I'm taking this off, I'll be like, let's just say if it was a guy, I'd be like, man, did you see that draft? Can you believe that? I didn't think Anthony Davis was gonna go to the Lakers and nothing like that. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, that's crazy. While I'm doing my job, I'm like, dude, it's insane. Why you think they're gonna be? And then boom, take the thing off. All right, so you see this damper right here? You see that door open? Here's the new part. You see how it's closed? Yeah, that's your problem right there. Yeah, so yeah. Do you think they're gonna put it back in? Do you think they're gonna make it to the championship? Oh man, that's what's up. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's cool. Test it on out. All right, sir,
Mhm.
you're good. You're good. No, I welcome it. I want them to. I want the customer to be involved, so
You
they
want to
know.
know? Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I want them to be involved, so that I want them to know that. Hey, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to. One, I'm not trying to screw you over because that's what I'm not about. Two, I stay in this van all day long. So as soon as I get to interact with somebody, I want to, hey, let's just chop it on up. Let's talk, you know. And three, hey, I just want somebody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? That's just me,
Bro,
So I welcome it.
Do you know what the one van, one tech, single owner uh experience is in that precise moment?
No.
It goes something like this. You're doing that damper. Oh, the little spring broke. Oh, 1 second, sir. Yes, hello. Hi. Oh, can I call you right back? Boom. Oh, yeah. Oh, so the damper broke, and then when they do call you, and you get back and you forget to call them. You said you, bro. That could become a headache too.
Yeah, it can be, but you know what? The way I feel about that, with my honest opinion, and I don't really know about that aspect because that's your thing. You know what I mean? And I'm
No,
and
no,
the,
that
and where
was on my point because that's no longer. I now
I,
know how to efficiently handle that, and I will put up
okay,
YouTube videos to handle that. But for a while, I struggled with that until
yeah,
steel sharpens steel, and I developed a better process
boom.
flow, and now I know how to do. But now I'm in a different predicament. I work out of here. Well, I would show my desk, but let's just say
No,
it's
you good.
off shop. But I work in my, office now, and it's more like, sometimes I'm in the field, sometimes I telling people what to do, kind
Right.
of a.
No, but the
But
the way
bro,
I
for
feel
a while,
the way I feel about that is, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I got these people I'm dealing with now. They're paying for me to be here. I'm gonna give these people my undivided attention. And when I get this other work, I get back to this other work. If this other work decides to go with somebody else with that, that's fine. You know what I mean? But at right this moment right now, these people right here gets my undivided attention.
how do you deal with callbacks, like your company? So like you do a callback, it's Saturday,
Yeah.
6:47 p.m. and you're at
I
like Chuck E. Cheese with your daughter. If you have I'm just making up a scenario.
no,
How does your company deal with callbacks?
Well, one, corporation don't care. You just got to get in line. You know what I mean? But if, let's just say I was just an entrepreneur, you know what I mean? What me? Oh, let me take that back. Me as a technician, if I'm doing a job, you got jobs that you put in this part is going to 100% work, and you got other jobs where you're gonna put in this part and you're just kind of iffy about something else. What I always like to tell customers is, hey, hey, I'm gonna put in this part right here. You know, um, the computer board is kind of giving me funny readings, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with this part right here. But if this thing continues to act up, I want you to give me a call because this right here may be an issue. It may be an issue, it may not be an issue. I just want to throw in that little small disclaimer that this is what I'm getting, and I'm gonna be upfront and honest with you. So I'm gonna go with this part, you know, and we'll see how it goes. But if you have any problems, just give me a holler, and I know exactly what your other issue would probably be. You know what I mean? That's kind of the best way I handle that. Sometimes you just got to be proactive and just be upfront and honest with these people, and just be like, you know, I'm feeling I'm good at what I do, but this board is giving me some real funny readings on certain things, and I'm thinking that it's this, but if it's not, just call me back. We'll take care of it.
Bathroom policy. How you
Bathroom?
feel about using the bathroom in the customer's home? I've heard mixed things about this.
Or what? What?
Wait. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I've heard some guys say, if I gotta use the bathroom, man, can I use the restroom? And then I've heard some guys say, well, it's kind of not like you shouldn't be dropping like deuces and blowing up the customer's home. So I've heard mixed things about that. I'll tell you what I feel, and then I want to know what you feel.
Boom.
If I gotta use the restroom, I'm gonna tell the customer, ma'am, I'm sorry, sir, I'm sorry. Where's your restroom at? But I'm gonna
Mm.
use the customer's
No,
house.
for sure.
What's your take
My
on it?
take, my take on that: water bottles. I never use the customers. I, I, I never use. Wait, shit, wait a minute. Shop talk, right? Shop talk, right? Shop talk, right? can I be can I be real with my boy? This
Oh,
is what
this
I
is
do.
viral.
This is
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
do.
stop talk.
This is
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
do.
water bottles. All
I
right, yeah, you
I
get water bottles. All right, go ahead.
I get water
Water
bottles,
bottles.
and what I do is, before I feel I have to go, before I get in that customer's house, I take my little. I make sure I get the big old nice liter bottles, and but I'm drinking my water, and it has to come out. All right, boom. If before I try to, I'll find me a nice little shady spot, crawl in my van, and do what I got to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think every real tech on here has seen that, bro.
Everybody,
In fact,
everybody.
in fact, I seen a YouTube video the other day, right? It was in one of those like sting operations where like
Yeah,
they have cameras and all that, right? And the guy shows up in his like, Toyota Tercel, gray, mismatched paint job with like a book bag.
right.
So mean day one. Like, I could relate to him. And I'm watching, I'm like, well, what did this guy do wrong? So they rigged the house. You could Google
Yeah, I know
YouTube
what you're
it.
talking about. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I seen
It
that.
was like they stuff like the dishwasher drain hose that goes to the garbage disposer. They put like a piece of like paper or something. Like they wedged it so it wouldn't drain.
Hey, I
I'm
don't want to
like,
cut. I don't want to cut you
go
off,
ahead.
bro. But I'm about at 2%, so
All
I'll
right, yo,
probably
bro,
be.
listen. Hey, thank you, everybody. Hey, send your regards. The floor is yours. Send us out.
Yeah, yeah. And man, if you guys just want
PMM
to just
Shop Talk,
if you guys have
episode one.
any
Send us
if you
out.
got if you guys have any problems with an appliance, or you just want some just general idea, like I say, hit me up, Mike Minor, MINOR 1977 at yahoo.com. You know what I mean? I try to help you out the best way I can. Or if you just have just general questions about the appliance field, you know what I mean? Feel free, please feel free.
Love, peace, and harmony, brother. Thanks for being on the show, man. God
Oh, for
bless.
sure. Anytime, my
Take
dude,
care,
man.
brother.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate you, bro.
Take care, brother.
All right, my dude.
All right.